Feels a little odd stabbing what's going to be my new studio friend, but nobody ever said the creative process was going to be painless. Today I'm going to create something super whimsical and very woodland creature-esque using wool and needle felting needles. Hey Sugar Saps, my name is Brittany of Textile Indie. Here on YouTube I share stories and inspiration and tutorials in textile and fibercraft. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you get something warm to drink to curl up with and kind of get into the cozy vibes. So today is the day that I'm going to create my little woodland creature. I was inspired to do this by Rachel Maxey when she did her little mouse night a few months ago, and I knew immediately that the creature that I wanted to needle felt was a chipmunk. We were hiking the Wonderland Trail around Mount Rainier in Washington State, and all around the entire mountain we were kind of followed by these chipmunks. Chipmunks to me are just really cute, and it was fun hiking along and seeing chipmunks run along the trail or scamper off into the woods, or they'd come into our camp like, ooh, do you have snacks? Here we are. I am going to attempt to needle felt a chipmunk. I have a sheet of chipmunk reference images to look at, a basket full of natural colored wools, some craft wire to do like an armature base. Okay, so here's my color palette, here's my materials. I've got a piece of foam and my needle felting needle. Step one, the structure that I'm going to felt around. So I'm going for big bushy tail. Wow, that's a very big tail. Coming off there, it's going to have a little bottom, and then the head comes out here. It's got big ears, and then a little pointed nose, and then it has a little arm, kind of what I'm going for. And then we'll get the stripes in there, and then the little feet and the big stripes on the tail. So something along those lines. And I want it to sit in my palm. It's a good size. I don't know if this is going to be a good enough structure to work around. So I'm going to start by taking some of this tan and mixing it with some of this cream. And I did this same carding process when I made my mushroom wreath, and it worked really well to mix the burgundy and the fire engine red to make more of a muted autumny toadstool color. I'm leaving it kind of splotchy so you still see some of the tans, because I think the body of the chipmunk is so variegated that that will look nice on the structure. Okay, I'm gonna start the body here, start wrapping wool around the body and the arms and the tail, and just see if I can build some structure around this wire form. My goal is to not hit the wire with the needle, because I don't want to break my felting needle. Feels a little odd stabbing what's going to be my new studio friend, but nobody ever said the creative process was going to be painless. Here's where I'm at so far. I have the tail in place and the wire is going to work well because I can bend it up and have it stick up like a chipmunk tail. But as I'm working on it, I'm leaving it flat so that I can keep building up the colors. And I have the little legs put in place. They're a little chunky, so I need to keep working on those and then do the same thing with the little arms and work on the shape of the head. I think I'm getting close, but there's something just a little bit off. And then this guy, this part needs to shrink in a little bit more to accentuate the hump up here. And I can kind of do that just by hand molding it like that. Well, I got carried away and started putting in a lot of the color and texture, and I'm really happy with how she's turning out. I'm calling her Louisa Poppy. I still have some work to do on her limbs and maybe on her sides. I layered in a lot of color. You probably saw that kind of build up on the sides and decided I just wanted a hint of those bright colors. So I'm going to play around with adding in a little bit more to kind of darken up the sides a bit. This has been a really fun project to kind of experiment, trying to copy the picture and mold it around the wire pieces that I put in, create something that looks recognizable. And I was working on this and took it down to the couch just to get the structure in place, and I had the tail out flat like this and I hadn't put the color in. Bailey was like, "Oh, it looks like a beaver." I was like, "Yeah, you're right, it does." But now that I've got the tail on and I can kind of crank it up with the wire, I think it looks more like a chipmunk now, which I'm happy about. I want to try bead eyes to kind of create more of that glossy black that catches the light for the eye. Did these felt eyes and I'm not liking how they look. I've kind of drifted away from making realistic limbs because I ended up with these little nubbins, and I'm just gonna go for it. Yeah, these eyes are gonna look so much better. I need one more stripe right behind the eye. And this should help the ear stay in place as well, because I can puncture through the ear with this new material. I'm having a hard time getting the ears to want to stay. And then the eyes might need a little bit of glue to keep them in place. I would like you to meet Louisa Poppy, the chipmunk. She's done. I am pretty excited to have completed this. I think if I was to do this again, I would try without wire because it did get in my way and it was a little bit harder to do the needle felting because I was trying not to hit the wire, so I was moving a lot slower. One of the nice things about having the wire is that I can fold down her tail so it sticks flat out like a chipmunk's tail would, or fold it up and have it stick straight up. The legs and the arms I probably could have done with clay and made them be a little more realistic, but I like how they turned out. They're just kind of nubby, and the lower legs are mostly just so that she can sit upright, and the little arms make it nice so that I can stick a little acorn in there. Definitely didn't pursue a specific type of chipmunk. She is a combination of different photos, so this is my fantastical version of what a chipmunk looks like. Well, Sugar Snaps, thanks for joining me in another project video. I really enjoyed sharing this process with you, and I hope you decide to needle felt some sort of little critter or figurine or something. If you do, or if you think of a critter that you want to create, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear about it. I will be putting out a video tutorial on Wednesdays and a project video on Saturdays. I want to invite you to join my email update list. I send out a twice-a-month email with resources and all of the new content from Textile Indie, our website, YouTube channel, social media, any new courses, any announcements that we make. You'll receive that in your email box twice a month, and it's a great way to keep up with the content that we're putting out here and get new information on textile and fibercraft. I so appreciate you being here and walking the creative journey with me. Until next week, happy making. See you later.